What's up, Impact Nation? Welcome to a very somber edition of the Anthem of Impact Wrestling Show. I wanted to jump on here quick, obviously, talk about the big news today. Um, the big news that Jeremy Borash, shockingly, has left Impact Wrestling and has signed a deal with the WWE. Um, I think this one, more than a lot of people, hit. Um, I think a lot of us fans pretty hard. I know it kind of hit me hard. Obviously, it's not like he died or anything, so I don't want to make this seem like too over dramatic. Um, but like it just kind of like it really kind of bothered me. Um, Not like that he made the move, like whatever. Like again, people have to do what they feel is right, um, for to better themselves. It's just that I think a lot of people they can kind of understand a little bit quicker with professional wrestlers. You can only wrestle the same people so many times and maybe kind of get tired of it and want a different challenge and stuff like that. But like JB was, the jack of all trades for Impact Wrestling. He was the heart and soul of it, and he's been through many, many different changes and challenges and trying times. And then now all of a sudden, and it definitely came very just abrupt. I think that also didn't help. It is. It's been kind of a really weird day to really fully understand what's going on here. He deserves all the success in the world. Like I said, I feel like he's just a generally good guy. Um, I've said this before in different things, um, in different videos. Um, and yeah, he clearly works super hard. Um, a couple things that I'm just kind of coming up with to discuss. Possible reasons why he left. Could be that they were wanting to bring in and change up the announce booth. We already heard that Josh Matthews, his kind of role in the company is kind of moving out of the announce booth and becoming more of like a manager. And then of course he's got his Matthews MegaCast on Twitch. Of course who's hosting Law? I mean, is it still JB? That'd be kind of weird. I don't know. Like, what are they going to do now, hosting Law on Twitch? Um, so maybe them moving him out of the booth, topped with, JB's always been, I think, more of a sports entertainment guy. I've heard him have interviews like on the Taz show where he talks, that's one thing that he always loved about professional wrestling growing up was the stories, the gimmicks, the characters, the all that stuff. Um, and of course, he kind of came up being kind of mentored more at as far as creative goes, from Vince Russo. Vince Russo's obviously a sports entertainment guy. He's more about the stories and the ups and downs and the gimmicks and all that stuff. And from what we have heard from Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, specifically on Talk is Jericho, they want to go more of a athletic route, more about the wrestling, more in-ring stuff. Now, people that were actually at the tapings can probably say, well, actually, there was actually quite a bit of this or that. I don't know. I've been doing pretty good about not reading spoilers outside of like the big news, which half the time Impact, let out themselves. Um, so, you know, I think maybe all these different things together, maybe plus WWE come calling, because I feel like WWE's probably been trying to get JB ever since they wanted the broken gimmick. Um, I'm sure Matt Hardy's been like right there, being like, "No, trust me, Vince, you need to get this guy." Um, I've seen in interviews before. I think it was on a Vince Russo podcast that I happen to watch on YouTube. I don't watch a show a lot or listen to a show a lot or even watch it on YouTube, but I happened to catch this one because it was JB. And I think JB had mentioned that he has been contacted by W many times before, and this was, I think, several years ago. Whenever he did this interview that I happened to watch, and he had mentioned, several times WWE's, but he's just turned it down. He likes what he does. Um, so I'm sure it was just a big storm of things. And JB went and did what he needed to do, maybe to feel more motivated again in professional wrestling and stuff like that. It does. It sucks. But please, fans out there, don't start like getting on his Twitter. I don't know if anybody has, or I haven't checked it, but don't go on there and start like cussing him out or being like he's a traitor or anything else. Nobody's a traitor in this business. You got to look out for you, and really everybody should be kind of like that. Period. I'm a loyalist. You know what I mean? So whenever I do see these people leave, it does. It sucks. It hurts. But sometimes you have to take a one step back and take a look at it. And these guys are in the business. We're just fans. Of course, we should be fanatic about things, but sometimes you got to look at it from their point of view and from their perspective, and they're gonna do what's best for them because they got to make money. This is their living, and sometimes it's also their passion. And if you're ever doing something that you're passionate about and you start kind of feeling unpassionate about it, unmotivated to do those things, sometimes you start second guessing yourself and thinking that you need a change. And maybe that's just what JB needed, was a change. So I wish him all the best for sure. I'll tell you what, depending on what his actual title is, if he is more than just helping Matt with the broken stuff, because I do feel, I feel, because they started last night on Raw, Michael Cole, whenever he was talking about the match between Elias and Matt Hardy, he said the Woken one has become broken. Now, he kept the Woken title on his name and everything else, but I think that's what they're going with now. They're going to transition, I think, the Woken into the Broken, and I think they're going to start doing a lot of things that we saw on Impact. Last night, Matt and Bray they just laughed at each other again. Hopefully JB can help that. I really do. Because, look, I do watch WWE, not consistently at all. But, I watch, at Royal Rumble time, I always get really kind of like back into it, to where I want to watch it every week. I watched Raw last night. I watched NXT, Royal Rumble, Raw. I'll probably watch SmackDown Live tonight just to kind of see where they're going for these next couple months. And I'll probably watch more consistently until WrestleMania. And then after WrestleMania, I usually drop off just because usually they stop caring until they gear back up for SummerSlam. And that's one of the reasons why it's hard to consistently watch WWE. They care about going from Rumble to Mania, and then they care going into SummerSlam. Outside of that, they don't care. They don't really even care too much about Survivor Series. So if the people that are creating the content don't care as much, they're just kind of pitter-pattering through what they need to do to put stuff on TV, how can we as fans, if Vince is getting to get more people like Jeremy Borash in to take some load into creative, hopefully they start doing good things. I'm a wrestling fan. I want all companies to do well, including Impact. And which brings me now to the topic of Impact Wrestling. I don't know for sure, but I think they do voiceover commentary. I don't believe the commentators are actually there except for whenever they need to be for certain spots and TV on cameras and different things like that. I think outside of that, everything else is done voiceover wise. So I don't know. We'll see. Obviously here in 2 days on Impact, if it's Josh Matthews and a Don Callis, maybe they bring back Todd the hell is his last name? Todd Kenley. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Who knows what they do? Maybe they go Josh and Tyrus. I don't know because I don't know what they filmed. Right? I don't know. So I don't know if JB's even been filmed for on cameras, if he's been filmed for anything. I don't know. So maybe we get a new announced team starting this Thursday. Maybe we don't. Maybe it's not until the next set of tapings. Who knows? But it'd be interesting. But with JB leaving, and this is legit now, I mean, this is Don Callis and Scott D'Amore show. This is Anthem's version of Impact Wrestling. This is their company. And this is going to be very interesting to see where they go. Besides this, with JB, everything else that I have heard out of these tapings, I'm still excited for. And I'm just now, if I want to look at this a little more positive and just ignore the fact that I'm upset that like one of the all-time best people in Impact Wrestling is gone, I'm going to try to look at this positively and say, okay, now what? Like, this is pretty intriguing. This is going to be interesting to see where this goes. And what Don Callis and Scott D'Amore and you know, their team with Jimmy Jacobs, I believe Abyss is part of the creative, Sanjay Dutt. They had brought in Tommy Dreamer to help out. I believe Jerry Lynn also came in to help out. I don't know if they're going to be permanently or if they just helped out because Sanjay was gone, hurt with an injury. I'm not sure, but they all helped with creative and helped as backstage agents. You know, oh gosh, I am so sorry about this. Is it Gamma Scene? Gamma. Oh my god, I feel terrible. I can't remember. I should have wrote these notes down. I can't remember his name. But he was like a really good Indian-born wrestler manager that's going to lead this new stable, the Desi Hit Squad. Super stoked about that. I'm really stoked about that. I think that's going to be really cool. I think he also might be helping a little bit backstage. I don't know exactly with what, but I think he's also helping out. And I don't know. I'm blanking on what his actual name is. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel a little ridiculous. But anyway, I know, like, I remember whenever they first announced his signing, I was like, oh man, like, yeah, that name sounds really familiar. And I kind of remember some of the stuff he did way back in the day. I think he worked a lot in, like, the Canadian territories and stuff like that. So, but I know I've seen him do stuff on, like, just watching old stuff, you know, randomly on whatever. I think he's a pretty good mind. So again, they're bringing in people with good minds and mind for the business, and I think they are going more just like a straight route. I'm sure Don Callis working in New Japan for a while. Some of that stuff's rubbed off on him. So I think that's where they're kind of going with Impact. But we'll see. You know, I'm still very excited for Thursday night. Very pumped up for it. But yeah, I just want to get on, kind of, you know, share my thoughts. And, you know, see what you guys have to say about it. I know a lot of you guys have been tweeting me whenever I first saw it, and I tweeted out about it this morning. You know, it does suck, but like I said, everybody please just, if anything, if you're going to say anything to Jeremy, just, you know, be happy for him, and hope him all the success in the world. Because there's no point in, like, you know, calling him out, saying he's a traitor or anything. That doesn't help anybody in any situation. But yeah, so I just want to get on and say some things. So again, you know, if you like this video and you've never seen my videos before, please go check out some of the rest of my videos on this channel. You know, leave some comments down below. I really do want to hear what people have to say about what they think about this situation, whether or not you guys are, you know, excited for the future, or if this really, you know, kind of pisses you off enough to where you guys aren't going to watch it. I'm really curious to see what this type of news does to people's perspective of the company. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, please like this video. Go check out some other ones. You know, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting close to 100. I'm really hoping to hit 100 here soon. You know, hit that notification button. Go follow me on Twitter at Anthem of Impact. Until Friday, guys, whenever I come to you with my review from Thursday night's new era episode of Impact Wrestling. Peace.